Hey everyone, so my unluckiness as usual, this thing broke and I barely used it. The review of this back in September of 2023, so it's only been like 9 months I guess, and it stopped working today. I was using it this morning trying to do a review on something and it just stopped working. So I thought maybe the battery was dead, but here's 4 different charged 18650s. Yeah, that's not working. And I'm not putting it in the battery backwards. It's positive on this side and negative on that side. So, yeah, that doesn't work. I think it is the actually battery I reviewed it with. Yeah, so I've never dropped this thing. It just sits in my shooting box. You know, I have like a net box that I shoot into. So I thought we'd just take a look at the insides of this thing and see how it's constructed. So I already took the screws off. There are some rubber feet covering these 4 screws. They're the screws themselves. Alright. So, it's plastic, of course. We have a production dial. So this was made in 2023 in May. And the actual date was the 3rd, maybe. Maybe the even hour, I don't know. But it's somewhere probably around May of 2023 based on those numbers. I'm not sure if you're going to see those. But so, someone commented that the thing wasn't registering in a chronograph because it's shooting at an angle. That has nothing to do with it. As you can clearly see how this is constructed, you have 2 sensors here, or maybe these are light emitters, shooting through those gaps, and then these might be the sensors, or maybe it's vice versa. So once the BB passes the first one, it starts timing, and then the BB passes the second one, and it knows this distance. That's how it figures out how fast the BB is going. So the angle has nothing to do with it. You know, as long as the BB goes through that hole, it should register. All right, so unless possibly you're actually shooting at the very top of the thing where the slot is not present. All right, well, anyways, let's see. Now, you can clearly see the wires are hooked up properly. You know, positive over here, like the sticker says, negative over here, black. And this connection is solid. It's, let me undo that connection. Pop this in. Let's try it again. Come on. I really want this to work, you know? My other Acetech doesn't really register time register all the BBs that shoot through it. This one was. Alright, so that obviously didn't help. Okay. So, one thing I'm noticing is there's no shock protection in this design whatsoever. This board is literally just resting against a plastic groove in there. This board is literally screwed to the face of this thing. And this comes off. Let me actually undo that battery wire. So that's rigidly mounted. Ideally, these things would all be mounted on rubber cushions. So if you did drop it, then it would survive. But again, I did not drop this ever. And it just stopped working for some reason. I was thinking there might be a short circuit or something like that. But looking at the board, I see absolutely nothing that looks brown. So this board is clearly soldered on both sides very rigidly. So it's not that. It's the on-off switch here. I guess I gotta unscrew this. See the other side of this board and see if anything short-circuited or something, but I don't even see how that would be possible. I have an Acetech tracer, and that thing has been perfectly fine for like over a year, maybe 2 years, and that thing is suffering recoil from a gun, a pistol. So I'm not sure why, you know, that thing is so well designed and durable versus this thing, which I barely used. Okay, so here's the on-off switch, and there's the control contacts, and then the screen. Yeah, I mean, I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I'm going to connect this battery thing again. And then pop a battery. Let's try this blue one here. Alright, so The screen has a little bit of a rubber cushion behind it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I think it turned on. Or no, something tried to happen. Look at that. Oh, I saw a power icon. This makes no sense. I think something is trying to work. There we go. Look at that. All right, well, let me try to put this together. I want to take the battery out because I don't want to short circuit anything. And let's try to put this together and see if it works. I don't understand why that... So maybe it was the ribbon cable? No, the ribbon cable for the screen doesn't look like it shifted or anything like that. Is that insulated? There's nothing metallic on this surface of the PCB board, so... Interesting. Alright, so I gotta be really diligent about putting this back together. I gotta put this thing, undo the battery thing. Yeah, obviously you want to fast forward if you want. Where's that orange button? Some locators there. Okay, let's get that screen in there nice and good, easy. Nice and easy. Okay. Maybe for some reason the screws were too tight. I don't know. I'm gonna not screw that down hard. Just enough so it doesn't wobble around. Catch the thread. Okay, just a little bit there. I suppose you don't really even need to screw all four, but maybe the screen will move around. So I'm gonna test it again after this fourth screw because I don't want to have to put the whole thing together just to find it doesn't work again. I'll just troubleshoot this thing. Alright, so I guess I can just put the battery hatch on this thing. So it's okay. Let's connect that thing up. So there's a groove on the top, by the way. It's idiot proof, this connector. Okay, so now, what do you know? It works so far. So now I put this in gently. I was just gonna make such an angry video, you know, because this thing was barely used. It's really strange, you know, why? Okay, it's on. It works. Let's pop these longer screws in. Actually, I don't think that's fully seated, so you gotta make sure that's seated properly. Something's getting in the way here. Maybe this board. Yeah, that board has to be shifted in a proper orientation. That looks good. That looks good. The front is seamless there. This goes here. Alright, so now we got a full tight seam going on. Drop these 5 in here. I'm gonna back out the screw. There we go. I caught the thread. Doesn't need to be super tight. Let me find those rubber feet. Okay, so the rubber feet are just these little friction fit things. There. 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 And there. And come on. Anyways, if anyone has any theories as to why that would happen, I mean, it looked like everything was aligned properly inside of there, but clearly just taking it apart and putting it together made the thing work again. So I don't have a paperweight, or at least right now. Makes you question, though, if the thing only has a 30-day warranty, the durability of such a thing. Alright, so anyways, if for some random chance Acetech actually sees this video, maybe you should put your stuff on rubber mounts, like quadcopters do. So if someone were to drop this, it would last longer, and then you could have a longer warranty, and then you'd have a better reputation, right? So I almost slandered you guys, but luckily I fixed it. Okay, well, thank you. I'll see you in the next Airsoft-related video.